What up, YouTube? My name is Brian Sivana. Welcome to Brian Sivana TV. This is a continuation stream of the previous stream that we just did earlier. Okay, it was all based around the conversation that Nirvana Nokwe had with Sfiso on Music Pulse. Okay, so we were just going through that conversation and referencing the statement that Mr. Khoza had on Instagram, basically just disputing everything that she was saying on the McG podcast. And we were just drawing contrast between the two statements that were being shared. You feel what I'm saying? Now, what we're going to do now, chat, okay? We're going to look at an older conversation that McG had with a veteran in the game or in the business of acting. Home Slice is complaining about basically the industry having favoritism or bias towards actors and actresses who have social media platforms that have some clout, or maybe a following, and they have to be actually, consistently posting on their social media platforms. He's referencing a situation where he was to walk to an audition situation and you have to fill out a form, and on the first page of the form, they ask you for your social media handles. Where are you active? Are you active on Facebook, TikTok, etc.? And if you are active on those accounts, how many followers do you have, etc.? So he's saying that, look, man, as a veteran, as somebody who's been in the game for quite some time, and I'm an older brew, my social media is not as up to par or up to standard with a younger actor in the game. But he also says that that's a problem because now you're going to have people who have all the followers in the world but lack the experience. And I'm just connecting this situation that we're having today with Ms Nokwe and Mr. Khoza, linking to what Mr. Khatebe shared on McG's podcast 4 years ago. Okay, not only that, we'll also work our way around proving that she's not qualified for that type of role to begin with. So what he said 3 years ago might be the case in this situation right now, that say baby girl was probably not qualified to operate in that regard. Anyway, let me quit the yapping. Let's get to the listening.
Branded, working, and then they wind up not working, not because of anything in particular, but sometimes you have a shelf life and you don't know in this business or any career you're in, there's competition. So then you get sidelined. It's not.
Make sure you check the timestamps, chat. Okay, I'm going to put timestamps in the description. Make sure you check that out too. And then towards the end of the video, I'll also put a clip that'll reference everything that we have going on around this topic.
Sidelining, it's the roll of the dice. When you go into this business, you know what it might be like, and it's not everybody that has the opportunity to constantly keep working. So I'm also speaking on behalf of those people to be remembered and to be considered, because once you're on TV, it might not be, I'm not talking maybe somebody that does one thing, but maybe one thing that has season after season after season on one soap, and it goes on for long. Don't forget those people, that they have to carry their heads wherever they go. So when you are considering, please, the producers and the people that agree or not, that these people, we have used them, we've put a brand on them, a stamp to say, you're careful with that word, celebrity, VIP, very important person. You are a person that's recognizable, a person that was celebrated at some point during your run. So from time to time, they must be remembered, especially veterans. They must be remembered. And unfortunately, it's not so MBA degree. With the business module now, everything has changed. The crunch to put seats on bumps and have a turnover for producers, I can imagine, is tight. So you have, speaking on older actors like me, when you walk into an audition, you're going to have in the front now maybe 2 pages. The social platforms, are you with Facebook? Are you with WhatsApp? Are you with Instagram, TikTok, all these things? So, and then you fill in your details. That is discouraging right there out the gate. It's just discouraging for...
It has to be discouraging. Of course it has to be discouraging, because now you're a veteran. What you have is experience. You've been in the game so long. You've done so many shoots of different levels and magnitude. You've done several sexual scenes. You've done several R-word scenes. You know what I'm not gonna say the word. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The fruit, the grapefruit. That word. You've done several of those type of scenes, and you have a whole, you know what I'm saying, catalog of different, levels of acting that you can marinate and operate. Unfortunately, how the industry works is that you're gonna be sidelined because you don't have followers on Instagram and TikTok. It's the younger generation who has all these followings on these social platforms. The older brews with experience don't have these followings, which is unfortunate because now you end up in situations where you have people who don't have any skill whatsoever when it comes to acting. I mean, as you've seen on the internet recently, there's been a lot of people complaining about people lacking the quality that's needed on television to actually operate scenes. People cannot act. The acting stinks. A lot of people have been complaining that they say this show sucks. Generations. People have been complaining. You know what I mean? Why? Because they picking influences over people with talent. And Blue just exposed that right now. I'll pay it back if you missed it.
It's not so.
Mr. Khatebe just exposed that right now.
Run. So from time to time, they must be remembered, especially veterans. They must be remembered. And unfortunately, it's not so MBA degree. With the business module now, everything has changed. The crunch to put seats on bums and have a turnover for producers, I can imagine, is tight. So you have, speaking on older actors like me, when you walk into an audition, you're going to have in the front now maybe 2 pages. The social platforms, are you with Facebook? Are you with WhatsApp? Are you with Instagram, TikTok, all these things? So, and then you fill in your details. That is discouraging right there out the gate. It's discouraging for especially older actors, and you can only go with this one year, but you're not active. And the producers, I can understand, many others can understand in the business, they're using this now to ensure that the people that they hire, when they start shooting the show with approval from the producers, hey, can I post this? Can I post that? When the show starts airing, they're going to go out there and make sure that the money that they've invested in this tough economy comes back to them so that they're able to keep providing jobs and get greenlit for the next projects and have sufficient turnover or profit from the previous production. I understand that. But now to just decide, okay, everybody has to, you have to, if you want a job, you must have social platform activity. If you don't, then we can't consider you.
Which is unfortunate, Khotmani, which is unfortunate, Mr. Khatebe, because that's with any industry. I mean, if you look at the IT software development industry, if you're not using AI today, you're basically going to fall behind, really, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So what's the older generation supposed to do now? Are they supposed to just be given priority just because they have, experience? Maybe. But if the company is moving towards AI integration, then if the older generation is not going to be, upskilling themselves and adapting to the current tech, then tough. Unfortunately, it happened to the acting industry too. It became a requirement that you must have these social media platforms, and you might have to be a bit active on these platforms so that you can be considered for these acting roles. But now it has, decreased the quality of the game, of the industry. The actors now, they're not up to par. They're not as good as you guys, as good as the old folk, or as good as the veterans, unfortunately. So that's the downside of this whole thing. In tech, it's beneficial for you to be able to finesse AI tools. It's beneficial, but unfortunately in acting, considering that you might have to have a social media following, it's a pop situation for the industry, because these people cannot act, boy. Just because you're an influencer doesn't mean you have talent, and that's very unfortunate. But yeah, moving right along, chat. You there feel what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and prove that what Mr. Carlo here was saying holds true in this case with Ms. Nirvana versus Mr. Bonko Khoza. Okay, so the first thing we'll have a look at, okay, is Ms. Nokwe's qualifications. Is she qualified to operate a scene that is as sexual as the one that's being discussed currently on the internet? It's gone viral. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out my previous stream. I spoke about it already. We covered the whole MacG Music Pulse call that she had with Sivana. Okay, so go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. I'm still yet to edit it, but it's on my page. It's live on my page. Go check it out, okay? And so yeah, now we're just gonna continue on to see, was she really qualified to operate a scene like this, or was she placed there simply because of favoritism and simply because she has the followers? Does she have the followers that will drive traffic from her page to the show? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, stick by me. We'll go through everything together. Yeah. Cool. Alright, cool. So I googled here Nirvana Nokwe's qualifications. It reads that Nirvana Nokwe is a South African actress, musician, and creative director. Her formal qualifications include a higher certificate in Screen Arts and Television from Academy of Television and Screen Arts. Okay. She also has a diploma/degree in Screen Arts and Television from the Academy of Sound Engineering. Yeah. So we're gonna compare her qualifications with Mr. Bonko Khoza's qualifications. Is that fair? Sounds pretty fair to me. Yeah. Ach nee man, why did I do that? Let me just do this quickly. I was supposed to rather right click, open a new tab, I'll say. Okay, so Bonko Khoza's qualifications. It reads that South African actor Bonko Khoza holds a qualification in performance and theatre skills from the Market Theatre Laboratory. Okay, from the Market Theatre Laboratory. So one has a qualification in performance and theatre skills from the Market Theatre Laboratory. That's Mr. Khoza. So he sounds pretty qualified to operate the scene. I'll prove to you why I'm saying that he's qualified to operate the scene. On the other hand, we have Ms. Nirvana Nokwe, who has a qualification of a higher certificate in television and screen arts and a diploma in sound engineering. That doesn't sound like acting. Academy of Television and Screen Arts, that doesn't sound like acting to me. Let me prove to you why I'm saying that one holds a more prestige degree or qualification over the other. Okay? Now let's look at let's go back to Mr. Khoza's school where he got his qualification. He got his qualification from the Market Theatre Laboratory. Who are these guys? Who are these guys? The Market Theatre Lab, situated in Lillian Ngwenyi Street in Newtown. Familiar with the place, just didn't know that they were situated there. Okay, cool, whatever. If I quickly click here, you'll see that you can already tell that this is some art. This is an art situation going on here. Maybe they were doing some acting or whatever. So this is where Homeslice got his qualification from. Okay, performance and theatre course application information, blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. So now let's see which celebrities or which renowned actors studied here. Which renowned actors studied at Market Theatre Laboratory? Basically, that's how we can gauge and see if, you know what I'm saying, they got the credentials to actually teach people how to act or whatever. Yeah. I don't know any actors because I don't really watch anything. If I keep it all the way 1,000 with you guys, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that, oh my god, I watch everything on the planet. I don't watch anything. Yeah, I just be chilling, doing my own things. I'm not really a fan of, not that much of a fan of watching stuff, unfortunately. Maybe fortunately, because now I have more time on my hands. Okay, just quickly wanted to okay, cool, everything is linked up nicely. Cool. So where did Mr. Khoza get his qualification? He got his qualification from Market Theatre Laboratory in Johannesburg. And the people, notable alumni from the institution, include people that have gotten qualifications from Market Theatre Laboratory in acting, include Raren Masemola. Right? This is the same bro who worked in Isibaya, The River, Beyonce's Black is King. It's true. We also have Bonko Khoza, of course. This brew has worked with Showmax and in a series called The Wife. Stelo Betelezi, known for his popular character Teddy on SABC One's Skeem Sam. You would know, I wouldn't. I don't watch anything. Okay, Matthews Rantsoma. Okay, recognized for his compelling lead role on the soap opera Scandal. Yeah, I know somebody who loves that show. Shout out to her. A veteran South African actress famous for her long-standing role as Meiki Maputla on Skeem Sam. Ooh, I know her. Okay, bet. Say less. It's Mariette Manamela. So she also studied where Mr. Khoza studied. Yeah. We have Lindiwe Ndlovu, an acclaimed stage and screen actor and SAFTA winner. Award-winning actors from this prestige school called Market Theatre Laboratory, where Mr. Khoza got his qualification from. Now let's compare that to where Ms. Nirvana got her qualification from. Okay, which famous actors studied at Academy of Television and Screen Arts? It reads here that the Academy of Television and Screen Arts, based in Johannesburg, is the film and screen media department of the Academy of Sound Engineering. This is the film and screen media department of the Academy of Sound Engineering. This is where she got her qualification from. She got her qualification at a sound engineering school, not an acting school. Rather than being famous for traditional on-screen acting, its programs focus on practical behind-the-camera disciplines like directing, producing, screenwriting, and broadcasting. She's not qualified to be acting, but she is qualified as a sound engineer. And she studied in a school that's famous for being famous for traditional on-screen acting. Well, rather than being known for on-screen acting or teaching people on-screen acting, this school is more renowned for its programs focused on practical behind-the-camera disciplines like directing, producing, screenwriting, and broadcasting. That's what she has experience in as far as qualifications are concerned. She's not a qualified actress. How do we know that she's not a qualified actress? Because she went on an interview and told us exactly what she's qualified to do. And it has nothing to do with her acting. She might have experience in it. I don't know how she got those gigs in the first place. I don't know. But she got them anyway. And in an interview, she shares the qualifications that she has. Let's quickly watch it on TikTok.
It's graduation night with the Academy of Sound Engineering. We are here with
Nirvana Nokwe.
Guys, we are here with a proper superstar. What are you not, my love? Model, superstar.
Whoopsie. Let's try that again.
It's graduation night with the Academy of Sound Engineering. We are here with
Nirvana Nokwe
Guys, we are here with a proper superstar. What are you not, my love? Model, superstar, musician.
I'm not an astronaut.
I beg to differ. So, please tell me, what are you busy with at the moment?
Well, I'm currently taking the Music Business Masterclass here at the Academy of Sound Engineering, and it's been quite an empowering time, just learning about the mistakes that we've made, just coming up in the industry as young musicians. I mean, my music career actually started whilst I was studying television and screen arts at the Academy of Sound Engineering, and so it's kind of like a full circle moment, because in that time I learned that I had no idea what I was doing, and actually the delays in my success were kind of like a God-given gift, because now I get to utilize the platform that I have right now, that I've attained through acting, and the influence that comes with that, and then also paired with coming back to my home, which is the Academy of Sound, to learn about music business and pursue the craft again. So that's been exciting.
So it's literally a full circle moment for you.
Pretty much, yeah. And like, oh my gosh, that I can't describe how many times I was like, I want to cry, but I'm not gonna cry. Also, just like I call him Uncle Tim, but Tim Craft, but I call him Uncle Tim because that was my first point of reference with him. Really, just coming to these studios and singing in jingles when I was just 4 years old. And my mom and my aunt, Mom Marilyn Nokwe, as well as my mom Ms Nokwe, would just push me into these spaces and kind of develop my performance skill and my networking skill. So hearing him acknowledge my growth from toddler age was really, really just heartwarming.
One big happy family here, the Academy of Sound Engineering.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's touching. So tell me, who? I know it's a very hard question.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite lecturer?
Nick Matsuki.
Okay. Okay, and why? Why is he your favorite lecturer?
Oh man, he's a great storyteller, number one, and he's so practical. I was actually thinking about how much of a great teacher he is. He really has the skill to simplify very complex ideas, and so I'm having a lot of fun being taught by him. This is the first time I'm taught by him.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm even learning things about things I felt like I could have attained more of.
Well, there you have it. In her own words, that's basically what she got a qualification for. Sound engineering. Or working behind the camera as far as directing, script writing, etc., etc. Not as an actress. You feel what I'm saying? Furthermore, I googled just to find out who exactly, which famous actors studied at Academy of Television and Screen Arts. And I couldn't get a list. I couldn't get a list of actors that are qualified to play acting roles in the industry. How the blood clot did she get this gig in the first place? It's all I'm trying to find out. And why was she paired up with somebody who is qualified, who clearly feels like he did the work perfectly? He feels like I did my job and I'm being accused of sexual assault, but I feel like I did nothing wrong. That's what he's saying. That's what Mr. Khoza is saying. Bonko Khoza. He feels like he did nothing wrong. So my question is, how did she get the gig in the first place? How did she get the job in the first place? Because judging from her qualifications, she might not be qualified to be operating such scenes in the first place. Like sexual scenes, come on. Professionals need to be operating these type of cases. I'm not going to say the word. You know exactly the word what I'm thinking about. I'm not saying sexual scenes, but I'm saying that a scene where somebody's forcefully trying to conduct sexual acts on somebody forcefully with no consent. That scene is too sensitive. You need a trained professional to operate that type of scene. She's not a trained professional. She's not a trained professional because she didn't go to a school where they teach people how to operate such scenes in the first place. She wasn't a trained professional. So who was responsible for putting her in a room or in a scene where trained professionals need to operate such scenes? Khoza is a trained professional. She's not. How did she get the gig in the first place? Now we're on the internet, putting everything out there. Things that could probably be handled in private. Now they're all over the internet. Just to quote Mr. Carlo Khateb, not to quote him, but just to, paraphrase what he was saying. Experienced people who have the qualifications to be actors in the first place, are being overshadowed and sidelined by production or audition teams who are prioritizing people who have social media followings, people with no talent. Just because he has nyash, just because he has a six-pack and 1,000 million followers, he's going to get the acting role over somebody with the experience, somebody with the qualification. The procurement systems that are put in place by the industry are prioritizing people with social media followings over people with actual talent and actual qualification. And now we have situations where people are complaining about that were conducted without their consent. Listen, please, none of this is me implying that she feels like she was sexually harassed or assaulted. It's her God-given right to put that out there and actually try to find comfort in the fact that justice will eventually be served however she sees fit. Until then, we need to have a conversation about how she got that gig in the first place and how we can prevent people like her who are not qualified as far as where you studied and what you studied for. Those two things are important. Mr. Khoza seems to be very, very qualified versus Ms Nokwe. I'm sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what I'm observing from the research that I've conducted. Now, with that being said, chat, you guys tell me what you think about everything that you've learned in this live stream. Again, I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys checked out this video that YouTube is suggesting, or rather another video that I've dropped recently that you guys can check out on this page before you leave. I'd really appreciate it if you guys click the like button as well while you're at it. Make sure you sub up, click the notification bell so you're notified when I go live again. I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'm back again at 5 p.m. Deuces.